How you doing, guys? This is your professional bail agent, Cornelius Amos with Mr. Bail Bond. We write bonds out of the state of Mississippi, and I was going to wait until another time to discuss this situation, but it's on my mind. It just happened, so I wanted to get into it while it was fresh. For those of you that don't have a lot of time, I'm going to get to the point. And then for those of you who want more in-depth information, I'm going to get to the backstory. The point is, if you have a relative, friend, or anyone else that you're trying to get out of jail, and you know that they have a history of committing similar crimes, or they have a long rap sheet or a bad reputation, they're very known in some of the towns where people know, where everybody knows everybody. If they are given a bond, it's to your advantage to get that person out of jail as soon as the bond is given. It's not to your advantage to wait around to see what the judge is going to do, or to wait until that person goes in front of a judge in hopes of getting a lower bond. Now, I'm about to give you the backstory. Keep in mind that I'm not going to go super in depth with this story with minute details, but I'm going to tell it clear enough and with enough information you all are going to understand what happened. Yesterday morning, I received a call. Good morning, Mr. Amos. I hope you remember us. You helped my husband and I out in the county next door several years ago, and now I need you again. Come to find out, I had helped this lady and her husband out about 5 years ago, and I don't understand why I didn't remember her, because these types of cases, the charge that he had, and I'm not going to go into that specifically, I usually remember all the details about those charges. But I did a little digging and found out her husband had not only been charged before for this, he had been charged and convicted in his hometown. And let's just say his hometown was in North Mississippi. And let's just say that he was let off of probation about 10 years ago, and that's probably when he met her. He probably moved after he was let off of probation. So he's in Central Mississippi now. And he got arrested again. That was his first time meeting me, and his second time getting arrested for this same similar type crime. Because he was in a county that doesn't enforce the law to the T very much, they readily allowed him to plead this felony down to a misdemeanor. So he pleads that felony down to a misdemeanor, goes about his life, being a productive person, long-term employee at his job, doesn't move a lot, haven't had any trouble. Well, as of 2 days ago, he's arrested again for a similar, very similar crime. And he was being held with no bond. And actually, I'm going to say this happened yesterday morning, early yesterday morning, like before 7 o'clock. So this morning around 8 o'clock, I go to the county jail to bond someone else out of jail because I know he's being held with no bond. It occurs to me to ask someone in booking about my guy that, as far as I know at the time, was being held with no bond, and one of the employees tell me he hasn't been to court, but he has been set a bond of X number of dollars. Okay. I get on the phone, I call the wife, I tell her he has a bond, I suggest that you get him out. She tells me, okay, I just need a little while to get some money together. I tell her, I said, well, call me once you get the money together and we'll meet at the county jail and get him out. Well, lo and behold, to me, in the meantime, another bondsman that she doesn't know, doesn't have a rapport with, doesn't know anything about her husband, calls her unsolicited, meaning that her husband never made a call to him and she never reached out to this agent either. And he tells her, well, why don't you wait until he goes in front of the judge and see if the judge is going to reduce it? A few minutes later, she calls me, tells me what was said during the conversation, and I told her he could be right, but I don't trust that. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Well, I get ready, eat some lunch. I make it to the courtroom that evening, about 1 o'clock. Apparently, he had told them that he and his wife they had decided that they wanted to work with me. That's what he had told the people with the court. So I get called up and I find out his bond has been doubled. Exactly what I thought, that if that officer, the arresting officer, did a little research and found out about his history, the bond was going to go up. And let me say this, the bond was already a sort of financial hardship to them, because nobody gets in their car, or I would say very few people gets in their car and say, I'm going to go to jail today. So when a person is arrested on a major situation, is unexpected, a lot of times it's going to be hardship. But now, since the bond was doubled, it caused more of a hardship. So the lesson that I want you all to walk away with today, if you're very serious about getting someone out of jail, if money already is a problem, but you can get what's needed to get them out of jail today, and you know a little something about their history or reputation, if you can get that person out of jail without them going in front of a judge, a lot of times that's your better option. Again, this is Mr. Bail Bond. We right out of Mississippi. And have a nice day. Thank you.